Welcome to Saltcom's podcast, where we're going to talk about a lot of important topics with a variety of special guests. My name is Ahmed Salman, CEO of Saltcom. Today we're joined by a very special guest, Ahmed Salman. How are you, Ahmed?
I'm great, and it's such a pleasure to be the first guest.
How does it feel being the first
It
guest?
feels amazing, Salaha. Whenever you guys told me I was the first guest, it was like I felt good about it.
We're so glad to have you as our first
I'm
guest.
glad.
So, Ahmed, tell us about yourself. Who is Ahmed Salman?
Ah, man, I don't know. I might say like Ahmed Salman is a kid. I don't know who has like goals and life goals, uh, career goals, and like the fun part of it is when you, even if you don't hit the goal, but you work towards something, gives you meaning of life. I feel like Ahmed Salman is like I try to make meaning of life
I like
for
that. That's
myself.
beautiful.
Yeah, thanks.
So, saying you're like a kid, in what sense? Like
Like
you're...
as in a soul.
I love that.
Like I feel I'm always young. I can always make mistakes. I can never say like I'm too old to make mistakes or I'm supposed to do this because I'm at this age, like what the society wants us to do at a certain age. Because I
Yeah.
feel there's no rule book in life, and you can do whatever you want at any
Yeah.
age, whenever you're ready for whatever. So I feel that's what I mean by being a kid. Like I feel I'll always have a
Yeah. That's lovely. So,
like,
Saltcom, like, we're firm believers of finding your purpose and your why. What's your why? What's your purpose? Why do you wake up every single day and do what you need to do?
I mean, if I want to talk about my why, I think my why changes by time. I think now I'd say my family, of course. Like I feel, of course, I want to make my family proud. My mom, my dad, my brothers. I feel that's my biggest why. Especially now we have a little niece at home.
Oh, mashallah.
Yeah,
Cute.
she's my daughter, so
Yeah.
she's there at even the big games.
Oh.
So even like I can say like she's even
Yeah,
one of the
تشوفها
why. Of
ساعات. Does
course,
she wear your jersey as
she
well?
wears
Yeah,
my
that's so
jersey.
cute. So, as a hard worker, and you know, a lot of people who follow your journey know you as
Thanks.
disciplined, hardworking, you know, long
'Cause you're there
hours.
every time, so of course.
No, Allah. But where does that stem from? Is it linked to your why?
Of course, like nobody likes to work hard every day. Nobody likes to wake up every day. Nobody feels good every time. So of course you need something to push. You need a fuel. You need something to push you. So I feel, of course, you gotta link everything to your why. Whatever you do in life, you have to have a purpose. Like, why are you doing it? You shouldn't just do anything just to do it,
Yeah, definitely.
right? So of course, I'd link it to my why. Everything.
So, like daily routine wise, when you're tired, when you're exhausted, you know, it happens. You know, 2 a days, all of this.
Of course.
What goes through your mind when you know you have these thoughts like, oh, I'm so tired? What do you tell yourself?
So, I don't know if it's appropriate or not, but my dad always tells me, I even got a tattoo to myself. He says there's someone somewhere working harder than me or than you. Whenever you meet him, he beats you.
Yeah,
So I had it, there's someone somewhere working
that's really
harder than me.
wise.
Whenever I meet him, he beats me.
Yeah.
So whenever I think, like, whenever it's the days that, today was one of those days. I woke up, like, my body was super sore. Uh, but I always get out of bed. Like, I don't remember any time I slept. Because every time, like, it's not a fear, but you think about it like, if I sleep now, I gain nothing.
Yeah.
And there's somebody else somewhere. He's doing exactly what I was supposed to do.
Yeah.
And then one day we're gonna meet, and he's gonna have that small edge on me because of that 1 day or 2 days.
Yeah.
And you get used to it. If you do it once,
Yeah.
you're gonna always do it.
Yeah, I get
So
you.
I feel
It's actually a really interesting way to think about it.
Right.
Definitely, يعني, imagine you meeting them in the mal'ab and then
course.
like, yeah, no, that is really interesting.
I feel you have that too.
Yeah,
What's your
I do.
Why? How come you work out? Sorry, I'm asking
Well,
you.
so no, that's okay. You can
Because
ask
sometimes,
me.
like, I see your season is like super short, and you're always there. Mashallah, you're a pro. You're a pro. You played in Kuwait. You played everywhere.
Yeah.
So
So my why would be I'm also kind of like I want to fulfill my younger self's dreams, and not just that, I want to inspire and leave a mark. So
nice.
when I wake up every day, I kind of think that as well. I'm like, oh well, someone else is working right now, and if I don't work, and obviously I'm a bit of a disadvantage, as they say, as I'm a
Of
bit
course.
short. I see it as an advantage
Of course,
sometimes,
me too.
but just that little kid who had a dream, I want to fulfill that dream, and I want others to know that they can do it as well.
Nice.
So that's
Nice.
my
And
why,
you're doing
really.
it. And you're doing it.
Inshallah, step by
Inshallah.
step, inshallah.
Inshallah.
So, how satisfied are you on a scale of 1 to 10 with your life right now?
That's tough. With life, I'd say I'd give it a 8 and 9. Cause why not be satisfied with your life?
Yeah.
Like if you would have asked me how satisfied are you with like me as a basketball player, I would have said like 6, whatever. You gotta be not just you gotta be humble. You gotta shouldn't like
Always,
see big
yeah.
of yourself, whatever. But in life, I feel if you don't get satisfied like about your life, you won't be happy.
Yeah.
And why not be happy? Like
Yeah, like what's the point of living then?
right,
You're living to be happy.
True.
Essentially, yeah. So it's a 9. Why isn't it a 10?
because I don't know. I feel if I said 10, it looks bad on me.
No, I feel like it's بالعكس يعني.
9 would be good because I don't know. I feel like I still have to work on myself. That's why like 10 is a perfect. I'm not perfect. I gotta be a better like brother to my brother, better son to my parents, like better civilian in the streets. So I say a 9 or 8.
I understand that.
Yeah, there's
So
always room to improve.
do you have like a perfectionism thing? Because a lot of really good players have this perfectionism thing. And I know a lot of people struggle with it. So do you have this sort of
Of
thing?
course. I never
Yeah.
leave the gym without the make like I have to
Yeah.
make my last shot. I don't care like even if it's practice and we're playing like 5-on-5, I missed my last shot and practice is over. I'm not leaving it. I'll go get the ball and try to
Yeah.
make it, even a clean shot, not just any shot, like a clean shot. Like I
Yeah.
feel I am perfectionism, whatever it was. Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you
Even
mean.
like I remember a story like it was Ramadan also. It was like 5:30 p.m. 5:30 p.m. was almost time for the
Yeah.
prayer, and I was working out my dad. Yeah, I was a bit younger, so he wanted me to make 10 in a row. Always he
Yeah,
wants in a
is
row,
it
in a
the
row.
3 points free
But it was
throw?
just straight 3 points.
Okay.
So I didn't make it. I wouldn't make it like it was like half an hour, whatever. And it was like 10 minutes to the prayer, and he was like, "Okay, I'm leaving you." So like I'm not leaving, and he literally left me. So I was there for like another 20 minutes until I
Yeah.
did it. And then I went home late and like, did you do it? Like, yeah. And then my brother was like, you're crazy.
Yeah.
So I feel that's, yeah.
What makes you like not leave?
Because I feel it's an unfinished job. Like, I had to make 10 in a row and I started it. So I have to finish it. Like, if I did not leave, I don't know, I feel like it's going to be like
doesn't
I'd
sit
feel
right
it the
with
whole
you.
day or I don't know, even more.
I know what you mean. So speaking about Captain Salman Ramadan, obviously يعني legend coach, how has he impacted your journey, and how would you describe your relationship with your father?
I mean, big time, of course. We used to work so much together before he leaves to Kuwait. Like literally, like every single day. In the off season, in the weekends, like Thursday night, Friday night, we're 3 practices a day. He never got tired, or maybe he did, but he never showed. And then when he left, it was more of a mental thing, which for me it was like huge, because he's not there to work me out, but I'm still working out and stuff.
Yeah.
But we still talk, so I feel that part like made me more mature. Not just about basketball, but about in life in general. Because we're talking more and stuff instead of like always working. But yeah, he impacted my life a lot, and especially now, like I'm older, it's like more of
Yeah.
a friendship relationship.
Yeah.
Of course, he's my dad, but
Yeah,
still.
of course.
But yeah, I would like no chance be where I am as a person in life without him, of course.
Yeah, of course. يعني, I always see him like, even in workouts, he's so passionate about every single thing he
Right.
does. Like,
He runs for the rebound, so I feel
yeah,
bad sometimes. Like, let me do it. No.
He's like, no, let me go get it.
Uh-huh.
No, he's really passionate, and you know the mindset he has towards every single game as a coach. Would you say is it similar to you as a player? Certain
Yeah, I
things?
feel I'm similar to him because I think I
Yeah,
get it
yeah,
from
yeah.
him. Yeah, but I feel like, mashallah, his IQ and basketball is like, sometimes he tells me stuff like, it doesn't make no sense. Like, and then I try it, like, yeah, like, especially pick and roll situations, double team. He never like interferes in what my coach tells me to do or anything. But like sometimes, okay, I'll tell you a story against Muharraq, I think last season, not the one that just finished, the year before. Badr used to put me in a pick and roll situation. So I know this is not a basketball podcast, but
No, all good.
he put in a pick and roll situation. So he used to screen their import, which is a big guy, and he forced me to switch. And then I'm a smaller guy guarding a bigger guy.
Yeah.
And he did that like 3 times, and they scored 3 times, and the coach subbed me. And I was so pissed. So I told him, like, what should I do, like, in this situation? Because I asked a lot of people. They didn't exactly told me what to do. Like, and then I asked my dad. He gave me the perfect solution because it was a series against Harak, so we had to face them like 2 days after. And like at the jump, they straight away went to this, and I did it, and it worked.
Crazy.
And they did it again. I did it. It worked. So they did not do it. So it's not just this. Like a lot of stuff like this, I tell him, and he gives me these small tips.
Yeah,
Which is
mashallah
amazing.
alayhi. He has a good IQ, and it's
Right.
nice to have someone who's like really knowledgeable in the sport, and he's
True.
very
And he's very
updated as well.
passionate too. Like,
Yeah,
he
it
watches
is
a lot
very
of basketball.
nice.
I get bored sometimes. Like
Yeah,
I
that he
finish
does.
games and I'm so much in basketball. I come home and it's basketball. Let's talk about basketball.
Can't
Just
imagine.
leave. I leave. I go to my room or I go to my brother. Like, man,
Yeah.
let me breathe.
So I wanted to talk about, like, for me, I see it a lot, like a really big issue in players, in the workplace, you know, everywhere, self-doubt. So a lot of people get hindered in performance, in sports, in workplace, everywhere, by self-doubt. How have you had an experience with self-doubt? How did you overcome it? What advice would you give?
Of course, I still have it to this day. I mean, we're humans, right?
Yeah.
We have self-doubts. We have confidence issues. I feel like as a, not just a basketball player, even like, I remember when I had my business, I walked in a meeting with a huge food company, even a huge hotel, one of the biggest in Bahrain. I remember walking in with my brother, like we have no experience, nothing. We were just like trying to look like wear a suit or whatever. Of course, both of us were doubting ourselves, but I feel like at times you should fake it till you make it. Not be fake, but like not show it. Like, of course you have self-doubt, and you have like, it's just me. That's like when I'm doubting myself, or I'm scared before a big game, or before the meeting I was super scared, even more than a game. Imagine like you're gonna sit with like businessmen or
massive
whatever,
people,
like,
yeah.
and you want that deal,
Yeah.
but you have no experience. Of course you're gonna be scared. But I feel you gotta fake it. Like, you shouldn't show it on the outside, because nobody knows what's inside. Even with self-doubt, of course you gotta doubt. You'll doubt yourself sometimes. But I feel like preparation removes this. Like, as a basketball player, like, I work so hard, and then whenever I'm doubting myself, like, I mean, I did this like 1,000 times or even more. Like, I can remove this. But like from the business side, like I had no experience. I
Yeah.
had just to fake it. Like I
Yeah.
had just to be calm, just to I don't know, like not talk a lot,
Yeah.
listen first, and then I don't know. I mean, the stuff like I don't have the recipe for it. I
Yeah.
feel everybody's different, but for me, it's like stay calm and tell yourself, yeah, of course I'm doubting myself. Don't lie to yourself.
Mm.
Like you gotta face it, and
Yeah.
then just work your way, work
Yeah,
your
the
way around
maneuver
it.
around it, yeah. I mean, I definitely agree
You,
with that. And like, faking until you make it, as in like, see yourself in the mirror and you see something bigger than,
true.
yeah. So, I mean,
What would you
speaking
say?
of nomos, I wanted to ask you, like, as an entrepreneur, basketball player, what did you face? What did you have to overcome? And what did you learn from
I
setting up
mean,
a
it was
business?
tough because as a basketball player, and especially me, how much I love basketball, and it's my number, let's say, two priority in life. One is family, of course. Let's say number two in life is basketball. So whatever how business I got or how big of an entrepreneur, whatever, inshallah I'll be in future. Basketball will always be my number one thing. So I had to put so much time in basketball, even though I had like Namus, I had a business. But I'm so grateful for my team, my brother and my cousin. They did an amazing job. But I feel I should have done a much better job from the start. Uh, and just to be there, not just like to be the face of Namus for marketing and stuff. To actually be there, to actually like go through the paperwork from the jump, go through the finance, go through the business plan. I feel I learned so much from Namus for my future businesses, inshallah. And it was doing good. It's not like it was not doing good. Sales was perfect. It was just some minor mistakes in the beginning, financially and planning wise. I feel we should have, as in like as a business owner, you're
Yeah.
much better than me.
No, no.
Uh, you gotta know your plan. Like you
Yeah.
should know where to step and how to do it. And I feel we did not do that perfectly from the start. Let's inshallah in the future.
I mean, you've got to experience it to
Of
learn it
course.
really. You live, you learn really.
Of course, and
So,
sometimes
yeah.
that's even better than the business happening.
Exactly. You
You live
learn
like
more
that.
from
صح.
mistakes than you do from
صح.
success, essentially. So, how are you able to balance like time managing? Like, you mentioned that maybe you wish to be more
Of
involved.
course.
How involved were you, and how are you managing basketball and your business?
I mean, like I said, it was super tough. I was in there a lot, to be honest. That's why I said very grateful for my team or my partners, business partners, which was my older brother and my cousin. We're three partners, and they were there all the time, running the show. I was basically the face of the business, marketing wise. So first year I wasn't there much, and they didn't like. We all agreed to it because basketball is my thing, and I
Yeah.
have like as a basketball player, your age to play basketball is short. Like what's that, 35? If you're lucky, you can go up to 40, 38. So I try to give that all I have, and then I can focus on other things. So no, I wasn't there much. I wish I was. I wish I could have managed my time better. I feel I learned. I think I learned because at the end I was there more because it was a bit of a chaos.
Sticky situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I had to be there more, and I even learned to manage my time better.
Good.
But it's tough stuff, especially with WASL and
Yeah.
playing in a final four. Like sometimes my body needs to rest. Just even just being at home watching TV between practices instead of just being in the shop, thinking and walking around, and it takes so much energy.
Yeah. So with rest, like how did you prioritize it as much as you would, like as you wanted to? And how important is it? Like, how do you rate it in order of workout, food, nutrition, everything?
What do you mean again? I don't know.
So
The basketball or the
rest in general.
Oh, rest.
In like, يعني
Oh.
حتى with the business, like taking a step back and giving time for yourself, me time. How would you prioritize that above and with the workouts, with the work, everything?
It's huge. It's huge. I feel isn't our health above everything?
Yeah.
Like feel rest is huge for me. I don't want to over rest it. Cause I mean in life we're supposed to like لازم نسعى. We're supposed to go get whatever we want, and life is not supposed to be easy. But still, like I feel to perform, whatever it's basketball, it's business, it's whatever, like school, you have to sleep, you have to rest. So whenever it comes time to perform, you're fresh and you're good to go. So I feel rest is is as important as working on whatever you want. Like it's your business, as whatever. So I feel rest goes right up with them. You should not over rest. It's bad and you get used to it. But you should rest, of course.
Yeah, I feel like there's a stigma or like stereotype of, no days off and, workaholics and all of
True.
this. So I feel like this is also a big issue. And I've
It is.
faced it as well. I'm sure you
I
have.
did as well.
I know a lot of athletes or business people go through their days and they don't rest. They just don't rest the whole day. And not even the whole day, the whole week. And then they get to a point where they burn out
They
and something
burn out.
happens.
Exactly, 100%.
So how would you what's advice to avoid burnout?
I mean, for me, I'll talk for me personally. Like, I get burnt out. Usually, I learned it because, like, a few years ago, I remember whenever I get at the end of the season, I always talk about basketball because it goes like you can refer it to anything else,
Yeah.
right? So at the end of the season, like I lose passion sometimes. I feel my performance goes down a little bit. So that's all signs of burning out. So I feel like the best thing is for me, is once the season is over, you completely disconnect. And I'm a person who loves to travel. I love to travel different places. One of my goals, unrealistic goals, is if I retire, it's super unrealistic, but it's like I think about
Anything's
it a lot.
possible.
Like,
Anything's
right?
possible.
Is to literally travel for a whole year, like 365 days, and then go to like everywhere where like you're supposed to be in that time. Like let's say
Okay.
like
That's sick.
yeah, right, like everywhere is winter and December, but like South America is like they got summer there, right? South
Yeah.
America, Brazil, to be there at that time, and then this time this is nice.
Yeah.
We be there 365 days,
phenomenal.
like just backpacking and just go everywhere.
I mean, that's a really nice goal to
Right.
work towards as well, right? In basketball and your goals as a player,
course.
it's a really nice thing to look forward to. Some
course.
people, they think, oh, I don't want to retire, and but you're
No, I
like, oh,
look
but if
for-
I retire, I'm
Of
gonna
course, I'll
travel
be
the
there,
world.
I
Yeah.
want to be a coach. So I feel like to avoid burning out, like for me, like whenever the season is over, I like to travel. I like to travel basically like me personally for like 25, 20 days. But like this time I didn't get, I barely got an off. I got like
Yeah.
12 days. So I didn't even stay 12 days. I even
Yeah.
went alone, solo by myself. All my friends, they were working. My brother was working. I was like, oh, guys, you guys stay.
Yeah.
I booked a ticket and I left by myself for like 12 days and it was amazing. So I feel, travel, disconnect a bit from your peers. Because I feel like my teammates, I love them to death, but like I see them every day.
Yeah, it's like
And
خلاص.
yeah, like I feel like in off season, I need to just stay away from them. Not even my team, even my coaches and everybody. Like me and my coach are like super close, super close. But in the off season, both of us just like we talk to each other once every month, like. And just listen to your body, not as an athlete, even as a like whoever you are, listen to your body. Whenever you feel like you need an off day, just not every time, but you gotta kind of take it easy on yourself a bit.
Yeah, I think that's really crucial advice. Honestly, to listen to your body, it's the best thing you can do. So, on and off the court, what's that moment where you think that you had a time in your career where you had a leap in personal growth? Like a specific time period.
Personal growth, huh? Well, that's a good. I like your questions.
Thank you.
Good questions. Good questions. Personal. I never thought about this. Personal growth. Let's say where I matured. Am I mature yet?
I'd say you're mature.
I'm just kidding. Let's say after COVID, when I signed my new contract, because that was when, like, basically my dad left me, not left me, but like, he basically did not interfere in me negotiating a new contract. Like, I was literally like negotiating at what age? I was like 20, 25, 26. I'm like, to me, I'm still like, I don't know, like, I feel I'm young. Like, I'm not young, but like, I don't know, like, he left me to do everything by myself, even left to Kuwait. So I feel by 26, 27, when I signed my new contract, my dad left to Kuwait, so I had to more depend on myself, because I left to States, and I feel I did a huge jump before. Like, I left when I was 17 and I came back at 21. I feel 17 to 21, like, I did, like, I took a huge leap to being more mature, but I feel I still was a kid at times. Like, I'm still a kid, but like, I was whining. I had more of a confidence issue, self-doubt issue. I still have confidence, and of course we're humans, but like, I had it more. I wanted to quit a lot whenever things got tough. I feel by 25, 26, like, not to be cocky, of course, I'm never that. I'm a super humble guy. But I feel I started to know myself, know my worth.
Yeah.
If I make sense.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm not trying to be like these.
No,
like,
no,
I know
it
my
makes
worth
sense.
and,
You
like,
put the work in.
Right.
I've done this.
Right.
I am like, sometimes, you know, when you have off days, you may doubt yourself, like, oh, am I good enough? But no, you are.
Yeah. Even in these like 12 days when I was traveling, I shouldn't work out. I felt so bad. Like 5 days, like, I'm just doing nothing, just going to the beach and like walking around, like, eating everything.
Typical gym rat.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I even took a basketball with me just cause, like, I knew this would happen. Like, and then just I was shooting. It was beautiful, like, court.
Yeah, it looks lovely. Yeah.
I would lift weights. So I feel that's when I got mature.
25, 26.
25, 26.
That's quite good. That's quite early, which is good.
Which is right.
Yeah, it's a good thing. How would you describe your whole basketball journey from like kid to now? In one word.
Roller coaster.
You can think of it. Okay.
Roller coaster.
Yeah.
Roller coaster, of course.
So in what way?
Because I start, like, when I was young, I wasn't playing. Let's say like under 12, which is like 10-year-old, 12-year-old. I wasn't playing much. I used to go home every day and cry because I had like huge dreams. I wanted to be this, I want to be this, but I wasn't playing. And of course, as a kid, you want to play.
Yeah.
So I wasn't playing much, or I was like playing like this, like as like a normal kid, not like the stars of the team at that time. So that was down. Under 14, my first year, I wasn't even in the A team. I was in a B team.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And it was even more down.
Yeah.
Under 14, second year, I wasn't playing. I wasn't playing much.
I
even look at the pictures now.
Yeah.
My body was like super small compared to others. But at that time, you don't know. So I was playing much. 15. I started to play. That was under 17. Hussein Qahari was the coach. I love this guy. He played me, and then 16 at the start I wasn't playing at all, and then suddenly a good coach, like some sorry, I forgot his name. The first coach to play me in the first team. For some reason, he liked me, and I wasn't even playing much in under 17.
Yeah.
So he asked if I could practice with the first team. And then the under 21 team saw me, and then it's crazy. Like, I wasn't playing in under 17, and I was playing super well in under 21. Even my coach was like, why is this happening? I didn't even know, because I think like they were just giving me confidence. And
like,
so I don't know. So that's when I went up, and then I went to States. It was amazing. States, yeah. My second year, I had a bit, I wasn't playing much. First year high school was amazing. Second year prep school. College was great. I was playing amazing. So I left college. It was Christmas break. I just came to Bahrain for a holiday. And then Muharraq contacted me. As a kid, you love to be a professional. So I signed with Muharraq, and I wasn't playing at all. So that's a huge down, like coming from like one of the best leagues in the world at my age and stuff. Coming to here and I was expecting to play, like people who promised me like to play. So I feel like in my first 2 years in Muharraq, I was like, that was my lowest moment in life. Super lowest moment in life. I wanted to quit basketball. Few times, even like one night I was like whining so much, and my parents got bored. They were like, okay, just quit. I was like, okay, I'm quitting. And then I woke up next day and I was
you just want to shoot morning and night.
I think about it. I did not want you guys to tell me to quit. You know? But like they got so bored because I was like whining so much, and then they were like, okay, just do whatever you want, just quit.
So the lowest point, what got you out of it?
That's a good question. I mean, because I always wanted to be a basketball player. And of course, my dad was huge, and my mental part, us talking to each other. My dad never told me like, oh, you're not playing because the coach doesn't want you to play, or politics, or this and that, or every time he used to tell me like, improve yourself, be so good that, because coach wants his job at the end of the day. He's gonna play the best 5 players who's gonna help him win so he can keep his job. That's that's the truth.
Yeah.
So be so good that you can be one of these 5 that's on the court. So I feel when I was down, he told me like you can't go anywhere lower than this. You want to be a basketball player or not? I said yes. Khalas, you're like in the lowest place. There is nothing lower than this. You experienced this.
What's possible?
And you're still like, I remember when we were talking, it was this drill when I gotta make 10 in a row, and I was like, I couldn't, and I was so down, and I was like, I don't want, and like, you want to quit? You want to leave? I was like, yes. I was like, no. Why you want to? I was like, because this. No, you just did this. You just did it because I had a good workout and I couldn't do this. And then he told me this, like, you're in your lowest place. Like, you can't go lower than this. You're not playing. No one cares about you. There's no pressure on you. Just might as well just get better. Let's work every single day. And that's when, like, my super work ethic started. Like twice a day. I don't care. Like, even we had practice with the club. I remember days, not once. My teammates from Harak, they still make fun of me. There was games where I did not play. I used to go back home. I used to jog. Like, I used to literally like go 3-4 Ks jogging. I remember I never even told anybody about it. One of my teammates saw me jogging after the game. Like, he was in a car and he took a video and sent it on Snapchat.
And she posted on the group.
Like, what's wrong with this guy? And I feel like by working super hard and being super disciplined. Super, like I was a machine. Like, I feel if I do what I used to do now, I'd definitely burn myself out.
Yeah.
I just had to get myself out of it. I finished the season with Harag. No one offered me. So when I went to Isa Town, I played I
Yeah.
played great. I feel that was the
Turning
point where
point.
I got my confidence. I left that depression zone. You want
Yeah.
to call it whatever it is. Because
Yeah.
I was super depressed at that time. I was a boring person.
Yeah. It is really, I feel like in like most cases as well, mental health and sports
course.
isn't really looked at. It is
Especially-
really important.
of
Your
course.
mind, what you think is like what you're gonna do, right? So
True.
if you think you're the worst and all of this, you're not gonna perform that well,
Of course.
technically. And
And I feel in life general, right?
yeah, in general, exactly. Like if you're gonna go into, for example, a meeting,
Of course.
that meeting you were talking about, if you go into that meeting, you're like, oh, this is intimidating. Like, who are they? I don't know if I'm good enough. But if you sort of fake it until you make it,
True.
like you said, like, no, I'm prepared. I'm here. I'm good. I can make the shot. I
course.
can. Then you're kind of manifesting it
True,
in a sense.
Of course.
So yeah, I'm glad
agree.
that turning point happened.
Yeah, of course.
So roller coaster, huh? A big one.
Big one.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't change it. I wouldn't change it for a thing. It taught me a lot in life more than anything. Like it really. It even made me. I feel it even made me a better person towards others. Because at times I was like super depressed and super down, and I felt that thing.
Yeah.
And then I at some points, like like not like everybody you see, like they might be smiling, you might be like cool, but it doesn't mean like he's 100% like happy in life, or like he's getting whatever he wants out of life, or
You
because
don't know.
when I was with my friends during that time, nobody could know whatever, but whenever I was alone, I was a different person.
Yeah.
So I feel
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I wouldn't change it.
It's tough. It is
I wouldn't
tough.
change it. It's tough, but
Yeah.
I wouldn't change it.
It teaches you a lot of
Right,
things,
teaches
and
you a lot.
definitely like I think being alone and time alone, really reflecting on yourself is
True.
one of the best things you can do to
Of
improve.
course.
So you as Ahmed Salman, obviously Manama Club, mashallah alaikum, making history,
Yep, thank you.
made history.
Thanks.
How do you motivate yourself to achieve something bigger than already like what you guys have achieved? West Asia is massive. So what are the next goals? What pushes you and drives you as a team?
I mean, as a team, once you do something like huge like that, the expectations of the people around gets even higher, like, which is it could be a blessing or a curse.
Yeah.
Like now, as a team, like as Manama Club, the expectations of the fans and the management
Yeah.
and everybody is not the Bahrain League, which there's great teams in Bahrain,
Yeah.
but their expectations is Asia and Gulf. And like as us as players, even though we did that, once the season starts, it doesn't mean anything, because if we did not achieve it again, it's a failure.
Yeah.
Or if you know what I mean, right? Because
Yeah.
last year we lost the Gulf final.
Yeah.
It was a failure. But like going to a final in a Gulf region is something big. But as for us, like just like you said, like we did that, it's a failure. So that alone is super motivating.
Yeah.
And as a person, you don't want to taste something nice and then not taste it again.
Yeah.
Because I still remember exactly every single thing from the night that the buzzer went at
Yeah.
the game until, let's say, we reached Bahrain.
Yeah.
Because it was like a high or whatever you want to call it. It was like,
Lucid dream, kind of.
yeah, like you were
Yeah.
like in a dream. Like,
Yeah.
are we really Asian Championship?
Yeah.
Like it never happened. Like it might never even happen again.
Yeah. I'm sure.
So it felt great. Like I
I'm
wanna
sure it
feel
did,
again.
honestly. Do you know what the next team goal is, or even individual goal? If we talk about team and individual goal, what would that be?
I mean, they might be same because as a team goal is definitely to win the Gulf and to compete in Asia again. Personally, my goal, I'm a crazy person. Like, you know, my goal is to go to Intercontinental again, that World Cup. We're there, and actually compete, like, because we were really there, like competing against, like, there's 3 first round NBA draft players in the Ignite team, which we played against. We played against huge teams from Telecom Bonn, Germany, Franca, Brazil.
Size-wise as well.
Size-wise, play like their budgets is in millions. So why not just go there again and actually compete this time? Like, okay, we went and we saw them first time. We overestimated everything. Okay, second time we can go and have great imports like what we had, of course. And actually compete this time. I feel that's my bigger goal.
I mean, if
I want to be there.
Yeah, that would be amazing too. And I think
amazing.
definitely it can happen for sure. Like,
Inshallah.
Really, Bahraini basketball is evolving. And I think each person on that team, it's also applies in business and other places. Everyone has a role. So, for example, the big guy has a different role to point guard. The coach has a different role to the physio. And I think every single person who has a role in the team contributes to the bigger goal.
100%.
And I think Manama Club especially, and even the other clubs in Bahrain, everyone's working on that to bring out the best of each person. And I think that's amazing.
It's amazing.
Honestly. Even how the media is portraying everything. It's just really evolving and it's really nice to see.
Team is amazing in everything. Like you can't imagine like some like the smaller job, or I don't know how to say it, like the employee that has less pressure in the team. You can't imagine, like, if you just remove him, everything could be a chaos. Like there's no small employee, or like the smallest employee is as important as the coach, as important as the star player. And same in business, like I said, like we thought, like as a team, if I stayed a bit away, it could like my team could manage it, and it's even vice versa. Even if I was there, like my brother was not, or my cousin, if you're a team, you have to stick together, and team is super important.
Yeah, for sure.
Even in family, we're like a team.
Yeah, definitely.
Everywhere. You guys, like, you're a team.
Yeah, for sure. And having a solid team, I'm really grateful as well. Starting Sortcom, I have a really lively, fresh group of young, passionate people, and I think it's so important that we all have each other's backs, like literally in everything. So nice. Yeah, you're right. Team is really important.
MashaAllah alayhum there. Amazing. Allah wafakum, inshallah.
Thank you.
I'm super blessed to be the first.
We're so happy to have you, Allah.
Inshallah, it's gonna. You guys will do an amazing job, and I'll walk and tell people, like, I was the first guy.
Yeah. Thank you.
Inshallah.
What advice would you give to your younger self if little Ahmed walked into the room right now? He's right there. What advice would you give him?
Just be patient. Don't overthink. Control your emotions. I mean, all of these could go under being patient. I would just tell him, just be patient. Work so hard. And don't overthink. Like, enjoy life. Just go through life. Just be happy. Like, stay patient and just be a happy kid. So what this did not happen? So what that did not happen? Like, as long as you give it your all. You shouldn't just go and be sad and, like, eat from yourself. Or I just translated it from Arabic. And تاكل من روحك. Just
nice.
Enjoy life. Be happy.
Yeah. I mean, everything happens for a reason, right?
Of course.
I'm a sole believer in
100%.
Everything happens for a reason. If that setback didn't happen, then, for example, when you said like you were in your lowest like point, if that didn't happen, then you would probably not be where you are today because you wouldn't have worked as hard.
I believe that.
Yeah.
I truly believe that.
Yeah. So to kind of wrap it all up, what advice would you give the younger generation who maybe are looking up to you in your like who were in your shoes when you were younger? What main advice would you give to them?
I mean, of course, for the younger generation, the first thing I tell them is to be close to God, to know your priorities, to know the bigger goal in life first. I mean, of course, they're young, but as a young age, you gotta know like the bigger goal in life. You gotta be good to people. You gotta be good to your parents. You gotta know your religion, like Deen, Islam. You gotta know this. That's the first and foremost, of course. And then I'll tell them like, just believe you can be whatever you want to be, and believing is not enough. You have to actually work towards it. Because I feel like I read a book. It's I love reading. It's from the Harvard Business Review book. There's a lot of collections. This one was on high performance.
Yeah.
And there's a chapter about deliberate practice. There's a study, and for the kids, it showed that there's nobody nobody more talented than the other. Nobody's better than the other. We're all created. Okay, somebody might be more athletic than the other, body-wise, but like skills and talent, they're all the same. And not just basketball, not just sports, and life general. But it's the deliberate practice. It's like sometimes even you can practice through watching. Like there's kids, sometimes you see them like you, of course, like you're so good at basketball. I bet it came even like when you were young, watching basketball, not just practicing basketball. And sometimes watching basketball, you enjoy it. And you without knowing, that's a deliberate practice.
Yeah.
You're practicing.
Yeah.
So I feel in life general, like whatever you want in life, you have to work extremely hard on it. And just to practice and practice and practice on it. Like whatever, you want to be good in math, do a lot of math.
Yeah.
You want to be good in English, do a lot of English. You want to be good at basketball, practice a lot of basketball.
Yeah.
So in life general, like you gotta, and it's nice to have a meaning in life, to have goals in life, because life could be boring.
Yeah.
So if you have something to look forward to every time, is nice.
Yeah.
So that's what I would tell the kids.
Yeah.
And be good to others, be humble, like no matter how good you are, no matter what position you have in life, always be real, be good to others, be good to those who are weaker than you every single time. Don't ever try to, every time I hate it when I walk in the club and I see the kids, not bullying because they're kids, but like sometimes they try to be like
Cool.
you're cool on like a weaker guy, whatever. I go and stop this immediately. Like, don't be like that.
Yeah.
Do this for me.
Yeah.
Because even he's young, I wouldn't tell someone who's bigger than me, do this for me, of course not. But yeah, do this for me. Why are you doing this for this kid?
Yeah.
And then like,
Do they listen?
Yeah,
they listen.
I hope they listen.
Yeah. I mean, it's probably good for the kid to be like, oh, look, he's backing me up as well.
Of course, I hate it. Because I feel at times, I wasn't being bullied, of course, but like, I was a smaller kid and being pushed around and stuff.
I mean, as always, a big inspiration to everyone. يعني ما شاء الله عليك, and we're really grateful to have a sports figure like you for Bahrain. Like you're inspiring a lot of people, really. And thank you so much for joining us on the first episode. Salaha. Just one more thing.
Of course.
I want you to stimulate a question for the next guest.
What do you mean, like in what way? Stimulate?
Like, just have a question for the next guest.
Oh.
Yeah. Any question, could be about life, anything.
Of course, it's difficult to run multiple businesses. But what advice would you give a younger entrepreneur or somebody who admires to be an entrepreneur, to manage his time, and to manage his businesses. If he has a couple and he can't attend, like he can't be there, because for me as a basketball player, I can't be there every time, and he can't be there every time. What would you do?
Okay, that's nice.
Like for example, you don't need to write, but for example, like hire a super smart manager that you trust, or you get me right?
Yeah,
It
I
makes
get
sense?
you. And it kind of applies for what happened with
For-
you.
yeah,
So
my
yeah, that would
mistake.
be
So I
nice
wanna
as well.
know, right?
Yeah, that's a really nice question.
Mhm.
All right, Ahmed, thank you so much for your time. It was a lovely conversation. I wish you all the best. Thank you, everyone, and hopefully see you next time.
Thank you. It's such a pleasure to be here. And Allah وفقكم inshallah. You guys will
Yeah.
do amazing, I'm pretty sure.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, man.
Thank you. I don't know how to end it, guys. I actually don't know how to end it.